all looking for ways to beat the heat right now. So we invited Maria Provenzano, author of the new book, Everyday Celebrations from Scratch. I love that name. To show us how to whip up some cool summer slushies. We love slushies too.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And so, Maria, thank you for joining us. We're going to get started with a lavender lemon slushie. So how do we get lavender flavor in?
Yeah, we're getting fancy, right? So
Yes.
it all starts with a simple syrup. It actually ends up looking like this. So a simple syrup is a great way to add sweetness into just about any drink, even if you're making like a sweet tea or something like that. So it's equal parts sugar and water, and you bring it to a boil, and then you actually then simmer it with some food-grade lavender.
I can smell that lavender from here,
so
right?
Good.
Wow.
And it adds this nice sort of floral herbaceous flavor, and then you let it cool and actually mix it with fresh lemon juice and some water, and then you have homemade lemonade, and it is so beautiful.
But how do we get the slushy form to
Yes,
it?
so you take half of that lemonade and you actually put it into a blender. I'm sorry, you take half the lemonade and you put it into an ice cube tray and you freeze it.
Okay.
And then once that is frozen, you put it in a blender with the other half, not even all of it, but the other half of the lemonade. You want to just kind of pour it in there. Isn't that lovely and
That is so
refreshing?
good.
And
That's
then you
amazing.
blend it up, and the iciness of the slushy is so lovely. Much better than just adding some ice to some lemonade.
Yeah, that's
I
what
love
would have done to
that.
that. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh, it's fancy
Wow.
too.
All right, next up we have a watermelon slushie, and you actually freeze the watermelon?
Yes, so this
smart.
is so easy and actually really, really cost effective. Watermelon is in season. I'm consuming my body weight in watermelon this season. It's so good. And so what you want to do is freeze it. And as you can see right here, there's a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and you want to cut up your watermelon into cubes. So take the rind off, cut it into cubes, pop it in the freezer, and you do what's called just a flash freeze first. That will freeze solid, and I do recommend on the parchment paper because otherwise it's going to stick to the tray. And then pop it into a freezer-safe container until you're ready to use it, and then pop it into your blender.
Sparkling water. You use
Sparkling water.
Why sparkling?
And because you know what it does? It adds a nice sort of effervescence to it that you can't get just from plain water. And so if you wanted to turn this into a cocktail, you could add in, I think you press that, you add in some white sparkling wine would be so lovely in here if you wanted to make it a cocktail.
I don't want to
too.
make too much noise.
And
so I
lime
won't
juice
do
and
that, but we're gonna
lime
drink
juice
it.
and agave. Only add just enough agave to sweeten it.
To sweeten
Yeah,
it.
that's
Oh,
it. And it's so lovely and refreshing. You can decorate it with some mint and some lime too.
That's
I'm
actually
gonna put
really,
those together because I'm
really
taking those
good.
with me.
Yes,
Yes, they're amazing. All right,
And then the next one, this one looks really, really cool. It's called the Coconut Cloud Slushie.
Yes.
So what
Look how
makes it
pretty.
blue, and how do you make cloud?
Oh, I got you covered.
Oh.
Okay, so this is blue spirulina, which is actually an algae, but it sounds not so appetizing. I promise you it is. It doesn't really taste like anything. If anything, it sort of tastes like salt. And so what you then do is pop it into your blender. You know how to do this better than I do.
Yeah, I got you.
And then what you do is just look at that blue color.
Beautiful. And then you make the clouds how?
Yes, you make the clouds by actually using the back of a spoon and popping it on there. And then you can just pour that in. Look at you.
This would actually be fun to do with the kids, right?
Oh,
The
that is
kids would
cool.
absolutely love to do all of
try one.
these. And it's healthy too. It's much less expensive to make them at home
Oh, that is
than going out and
delicious.
getting them. And it's so lovely.
I love that. Is so good. All right, and finally we have a coffee slushie made with coffee ice cubes.
I think I have coffee just like running through my veins at any given time. So it's actually super easy. Make your coffee really strong, pop it in some ice cubes. I freeze my half and half or whatever dairy I'm using as well. And this is the trick. Get your kids involved, and this is actually whipped cream or heavy cream that you whip it up in a mason jar, and it's homemade whipped cream. It's a fun thing to do for
Wow.
any and all desserts,
That is
but also for
so
coffee is
good.
really good too.
This has been fun for us and delicious. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get these recipes. Maria, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Plus, there's a bonus one on our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.